Hello everyone and welcome to my second episode of OpenTTD tutorial / let's play. In this episode we are going to extend our railway network, which, well, to be fair, we are going to do that in every episode, so I don't think it needs to be mentioned. And we've left off by building a central station and a station at a coal mine, using two tracks, one for each way, so trains can go into the station on the left rail and then come back to the coal mine on the other track. So it's kind of nice to see that it works, but we really want to extend that. So right now this track we've built, the blue one, is called mainline. What mainline does is connect pieces of tracks, which are called sidelines, all the way to the central station, which I'm gonna rename here, just to be sure what this is. Here we gonna unload everything we wanna transport in the game. So there is woods, there is a sawmill accepting wood, there's also a power station accepting coal, and we wanna build a factory here later. But I'm not sure if it will allow us, but let's see. Right, what we're gonna do now is create a sideline. What we really wanna look at is like where we wanna build it. I think putting it somewhere like here over the top of the map will be fine. We can connect basically everything that's in this area, so that's cool. This might be a little harder. By the way, I'm switching between the transparent mode using the X key. This might be a little harder, but don't panic. Feel free to replay the video if it's too hard. But what I'm gonna start here is destroying this river, because they will always make it unnecessarily complicated. Wow, this was one tile too deep. Right. So what we want to do is create a sideline, which is just two rails next to each other, as you did with the main line. On one track the train will be able to go to the central station. On the other one it will be able to go back to the, let's say, loading station, which is usually a forest or mine or farm, anything here. Right, so we got that. Just to make things easier, I'm gonna build signals on that. So make a signal, control click, then drag it. And right now what we want to do is connect it like so that this rail is one. I'm gonna make a small curve there. This rail connects that way to this rail, and also it connects that way to this rail. So the train can go either that way or that way if it comes from the central station. So what we want to do, I mean, this one is easy, right? There's not really much thinking about this. As I said in the last video, if you are making a diagonal track, you really want to make the signals custom, so there is higher signal density and the trains won't get stopped. It's not really needed here because there won't be that many trains going to the coal mine. I mean, there are 3 trains, which is acceptable, but there might be 50 trains going on this track, so we don't really want to risk all the trains getting stuck here. Right, so this part was easy. Now the harder part, we are gonna build a bridge here over the railway. Oh, it's one tile to the left. Alright, we built a bridge, and now we wanna connect it to this rail. So I think we can do that here. There is no need to try to fit in that little space. I really want curve at least 4 tiles long, and we're gonna connect that. Right. Again, do the same thing as we did here. More signals in there. In fact, I'm gonna just, better be safe than sorry. Alright. Now this is the hard part. We really want to connect it kind of like so. So I'm probably going to lower the terrain here. It will make things easier. And what you're gonna do now, or what you wanna do now, is connect this part of rail, this one, to that direction, or to this rail. So how can we do that? Probably the easiest thing is, I think we can do it like so. Just build a bridge here, connect it to this rail. We'll destroy all of this. And what you're gonna do now is raise the terrain here. It's bad. So let's do it like so. And we're gonna build a bridge here. And connect it to this rail, which means deleting this river. This isn't really good, but I don't think that matters. Right, and set the signals. By the way, it's kinda a habit of mine. If I'm setting signals, if I'm building a new piece, like of rail, I will always set signals on everything. Just set a signal here and control drag it. The thing with signals is that you really want it as close to the junctions as possible. So, for example, if there's a rail like so, I will want signal on this tile. I will want it on this tile right after the merge, and I will also want a signal as close to the merge as possible. So the trains won't get stopped if there's like a train going on that rail, and they'll... The problem with having like two tiles signals, for example, like so, this is the usual problem. Don't ever build a track like this, it's not worth it. The problem here is that, as you can see, there's like one gap between the signals, there's also one gap, also one gap. However, there's two tile gap between these signals. So if there are trains going right after one another on this track, they will get the train that's behind will get stopped here. So that's not worth it. Always avoid situation like this. You always want the signals as close to each other as possible. Right, so we got a sideline here. Let's connect the... I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Let's connect, for example, this woods here. So what we're gonna do is extend our sideline. Right, I think we can just make a straight line here. Yeah. Don't really need to be fancy or anything like that. And what we're gonna do now is create a terminus station, which means that you will build a station here, build the two rails connecting each of the platforms, and then make a little cross here, like so. And we will connect it to the sideline. Right. And what you want to do now is create a signal in the right direction. If I say the right direction, always imagine that you are driving a car. Like, you usually drive on the right side of the road, unless you are from the UK, then you can like switch it. It's up to you. But I prefer it this way. And build a signal, control click, drag it. And right now there are signals on the whole railway, all the way to the forest here. So I'm gonna build a depot here. Gonna delete this one rail so the trains don't get into it. We are building the TIM machines or the TIM locomotives because I like that one the most. And we wanna make it 4 tiles long. So all of our stations are gonna be 4 tiles. If you wanna do that, you can build like 5 tiles long trains, that's not a problem. I just like the small trains more, it looks more visually appeasing, I think. Right, we can also connect this little coal mine here. In fact, I think we can create another sideline here. It's worth it to connect, like, you know, these coal mines. I think that's good. Or we can do it like this. We are gonna remove this part of the rail. Then we are gonna make a junction here. We are gonna put signals here, control click drag it, and we are gonna build a bridge over this. This is a situation you usually wanna avoid, but I mean, it's not that bad here because I mean, if you are building a sideline, for example, I wouldn't ever build this somewhere here, because we are going to connect this forest, this coal mine, this forest, and everything else, and then you will have lots of trains going here. And as I was talking earlier about the signal density, like when you have two tiles of signals where there just isn't a signal, I mean, the bridge is the same thing, right? You can't put signals on the bridge. But here it doesn't matter because there's nothing else but a station here. So that's a junction we've built here. We can also, let's put signals on the other rail as well. And we are gonna expand to the south. Oops. It's kinda hard to navigate the auto rail tool sometimes. Right. Here we got the forest and coal mine right next to each other, which is awesome. They've got awesome production. For forest, I'm usually looking somewhere around 100 tons plus. For coal mine, 150 is okay-ish for me. If I usually play in multiplayer, those are the numbers I'm looking for. I'm gonna build a 4-track railway just to make sure. Just to be sure that the trains won't wait, and we can make like a small U-turn station here. Yeah, let's do that. No need to overcomplicate things. Alright, connect all of the platforms in one direction. This is gonna be the Ro-Ro station concept again. So the trains will come in through one side and they will leave through another. I built a bridge on that side because, well, we don't really want to do that. Yeah, let's do it like this. Because the trains can keep waiting on this bridge. However, we are going to put a pre-signal here, so either click 4 times with control on this signal or just select it here. And there's no need to put another signals in this section. I will show you later how the pre-signals and path signals and everything works. But for now I really want to have some trains rolling on the track. And we are going to make like a U-turn here. Right. This is nice. So yeah, the trains will come in through this side and then they will leave through the other. Hopefully they will be full speed by the time they reach this sideline. Here we gonna build signals as close to the station as possible, control click. And we are going to build a one-way depot here again. So that means deleting the piece of rail that the trains could, so the trains can't go to the depot. Right, I'll build a coal train first, full load, and go. Then I'm gonna make a wood train first. Station, there's our central station, full load as well. And I think 4 of each will be fine, so this is 2, 3, 4, yeah. And then I'm just gonna launch them randomly, so there won't be like 4 coal trains waiting for or 3 coal trains waiting for this train to, you know, to get out, and wood trains can also load the cargo. let's connect this coal mine as well. It's so close. Again, the same type of station, just connect these two platforms with rails. Make a cross here. We don't really want to overcomplicate things. I will also lower the train here and connect it like so. Right, make a signal, control click. We wanna control click this 4 times, and then we are gonna put the signal on the other rail, and this goes to the main station, so we wanna connect this rail to this rail. So we can do that easily, just destroy this, that rail. I'm gonna raise the train here, so we can put a tunnel here. By the way, you can quickly build tunnels by pressing the T key. Right. I think we can in fact connect it there. I mean, there's no need to like save space here, right? I'll just make sure this is 4 tiles long. Yes, it is. So that's awesome. And however, what I'm gonna do here, it might seem a little complicated at first, but don't panic. It's not that hard. What we want to do here is make the horizontal yellow box pre-signal here. So I'm just gonna control click once on this block signal, and then I'm gonna... I completely forgot to make diagonal signals here. What I'm gonna do here is make this a two-way signal. So I want the signals facing in both directions here. And I will delete this one, because for what we are going to do, this is gonna be better. And what we're gonna do now is control click this 2 times, so it will build the vertical yellow box pre-signal. And then we're gonna click on this signal closer to the junction 3 times. So what this does, pre-signals very briefly work like so that if this is called entry signal, and if there's any red, if there's any signal of lower priority behind that, it will it will show red. So for example, if there's this is the like main signal. If there's any signal that's pre-signal behind it red, this will show red as well. So what we've done here is that if a train is going on this piece of rail, then this signal, the white one, will show red. This will make the yellow vertical one show red as well, and because the yellow vertical one is red, this one will show red. So essentially, if there's a train going on this piece of railway, then this signal will show red, and any train that is coming from the lower priority rail will stop to make the train on the main line go through at full speed. So the trains at main line don't have to stop. You will be able to see it here. As you can see, as soon as the train entered the white signal, this one turned red. So that's a neat little thing or trick. It's pretty awesome in my opinion, because you are able to like do some awesome things with that. Right, for tile length train again, and we're gonna put it to the central station. I think that 4 trains should be enough for this. And how many trains have we got now? 19. So yeah, we are getting started here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions or any suggestions, please message me on either Twitter or YouTube. And I hope you had a good time. And in the next episode we are going to expand some more, and I'm gonna show you another style of stations. So that's gonna be awesome. Alright, thanks for watching, and have a nice rest of the day.